Looking at 72, we've seen some of these word problems showing up. We did a whole section 315, and now they're going to start showing up in our homework. So let's talk about a couple of them. I would say this one's very similar to number 58 that we did in class. We got to balance some equations. If Arnold invests $65,000 at 4% per year, how much additional money must he invest at 10% to ensure that the interest he receives each year is 8% of the total invested? First, I'd talk about it and say, if he's doing something at 4%, but he wants to get to 8% and he's going to add a 10, the number we're going to add in for money is probably going to be bigger than 6,500. Does that make sense? And I think this one, like, kind of your initial reaction is to say, well, 6,500 times 4% plus some amount of money at 10% has to be equal to 8% of the total money. So we kind of talk about balancing equations. So we've got money times percent plus money times percent has to be equal to percent times money. And what's this money? This money is 6,500 plus how much? And I think, I think our work here, once we have the equation set up, is actually quite basic. We've got 0.04 times 6,500 is 260 plus 0.1x equals, let's go 0.08 times 6,500, that's 520 plus 0.08x. Then we do our little subtraction. Subtract the 0.08 over, so we've got 0.02x over here. Subtract the 260 over equals 260. So then we've just got to do the 260 divided by the 0.02. So he should invest $13,000 at 10% to make sure that he's getting and is averaging out to 8%. Now the finance guy would say, why wouldn't you invest all of your money at 10% if you had that option? I don't know. It's a good question. Someone figure it out for me.